Welcome back to Closing Bell on the 12th of November. Today it's the Thursday and I just want to share a couple thoughts what I see forecasts from now till Christmas. So as you can see, in normal Halloween terms in the last decade, Halloween's always a sell-off. It's always a spooky time where investors sell off, and then from mid-November onwards till Christmas, normally you do get a bit of a Santa rally. And some years you don't get a Santa rally on Christmas, but you do get it after when the Christmas Boxing Day, when the trades open again. Reason because Christmas sales, retails, people are spending the most money during the Christmas period in the Western world. But since we're in the COVID-19 era, we're in the pandemic year of 2020, what should we expect? So I've drafted up a couple of points. So as you can see, the volatility index has been really high in the last, in this year alone, even dropping down, as you can see in the chart where I circle in red. As you can see, volatility index is high, the VIX, and you can see spikes still, even through the election. You see spikes in November and spikes in September. It's still there, price dip, and then things come back to normal again. So what else should we expect? Should we expect more spikes? We could expect more spikes in the next 6 weeks. You know, there's still this vaccine anticlimax. I know the vaccine's looking good. It just takes one vaccine bad news to pull things down, but I think it's standing tall, so very less likely. President Trump is still our president for United States, and he might throw a couple of stuff in the works that might jitter the economy, the country. But I think that's most likely that's coming up in the next couple of weeks, or even this coming weekend, is Europe COVID-19. Most of the countries are expecting a lockdown unlocking in early first week of December. But if the numbers keeps increasing and hospitals keeps getting under pressure, not enough beds, and more people going in, and more fatality, then perhaps they might extend through Christmas, and then perhaps, folks might not be able to visit families and friends and celebrate Christmas together. They might have to do a Zoom Christmas, which is not great. That will be a very negative sentiment. Or this might cascade to US as well, Christmas, and perhaps January lockdown, make it even worse. We're going through a bit of a Christmas, post-Christmas blues because we're spending credit cards away, but then we're hitting January. And what makes it worse is what if there's no delayed stimulus check? We would expect volatility if any of these points hit, but I would say again, hopefully there's a nice Santa rally that's coming around the corner, because I think all the e-commerce, all the hypergrowth stock should be looking pretty good for a good reason for this climate to rally. So what comes after 2020? I'm trying to forecast, I'm trying to prepare myself for my strategy investment plan here. So, I think it should be more bullish. Everyone feels it's more bullish because end of the day, I think the vaccine availability, it's just there. The end, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're not gonna kill COVID completely, but we can control it. We should expect more business bankruptcy because we've got a second wave now. This is like the previous financial crisis where some banks collapse, some housing companies collapse, and then never come back up. So we should expect that. Like back in the dot-com bubble, a couple of companies would take almost 10 years before they revive. And even the banks in the financial crisis in 2007, 2009 took about 10 years and it's still not reviving. They're still injured until the next financial crash. So we should see a few, I would say, like likes of airlines, perhaps the oil companies for the smaller ones, retails, transportation business like railway. How about currency imbalance? All the currency around the world are not experiencing hyperinflation because everybody is printing money. But what if it comes out of 2021, 2022, and countries like developed worlds, like America, who is yielding quite strong, Germany is doing well, Japan, China is doing well, they can start paying back the debt. But if they start paying that, other currencies around in the weaker countries might see a deviation. So there's something to consider, to think about. How about, and the thing that I can say is disruptive tech will always lead. Disruptive technology will always lead the way. The likes of the Teslas, the likes of the Airbnb, the likes of Snow. Perhaps we might see some oil revival towards at the end of 2021, $50, $55 oil when things starts getting back to normal. So I think we should anticipate that. So all the oil stocks holder, we should see a bit of revival. Dividend returns, we're not very sure. So I would like to share a couple more slides here. I want to share 5 tips to how to make your investment game plan work. So you need an investment strategy, okay? You need to know, I know some of you are new this year or maybe new last year coming to Christmas. You still need an investment strategy. You need to ask yourself, are you a dividend investor still? Seeking for value? Or are you a growth investor seeking for growth and taking a bit more risk? Cannot stomach volatility. You just want to skip in the game, can just stick to index and funds. You got ARK Investor, you got Bailey Guilford, you got the likes of the Shanghai Index, you got the likes of the Nasdaq Index, the German Index, you know. Maybe you just want to save money on a regular basis. And the second tip that I want to share is you have to stay invested and you have to keep saving. You know, whatever money you have now, 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, this initial amount will not get you over the hurdle for financial freedom. You know, don't expect anything to just kaboom and then you will just retire from it. No, you have to keep saving. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to spend less. You have to keep saving, investing. You have to keep reading. So that's the only way that you will make it work. And the third one, which I will only share, I think I'll be the only YouTuber to share this, is my 75% rule. 75% meaning at least 3 to 5 stocks that you own. I don't care if you own 100 or 200 stocks. At least 3 to 5 stocks. You need to make sure that it's 75% of your overall portfolio. You know, you need to choose 3 and you keep investing, put money in, and make sure that this 3 stocks, at least 2 that you get it right for the next 10 years, and it keeps multiple growth, and you will be there. You will succeed in the next decade or 2. The next thing is keep reading, keep learning. I'm still reading, I'm still learning after 8-9 years. You should as well. Don't just listen to me. You should go and read books and find a way, find an industry that you like, focus on something, just bite on it. You know, it could be Tesla, just bite on it. It could be the next cloud computing software, just bite on it. And then the last tip is to keep healthy. You know, the only reason why Warren Buffett is making so much money just now and his billions when he is towards his 60th birthday is because he lived a long life. If you don't live a long life, you're not going to get anywhere. You know, you could be the best investor with 10 multiples. But, you know, if you're not going to live a long life, you're not going to enjoy your life. Okay, this is me. This is me for my video, for my closing bell today. But do stay me on extra bell. I'm going to give you 3 key growth investment, 3 key groups of people. You know, you could be 18, you could be 25, you could be 30. I just want to give you these quick tips for you to carry towards the end of 2020 and also 2021 onwards. So stick with me in the extra time and I will share it with you. But for the rest of you, have a good day and hopefully see you tomorrow.